Without any further ado, I'd like to invite Mr. Warren Akankwasa.
Good afternoon, members. My name is Warren Akankwasa from Chikoko Africa Safaris. We are talking about recovery plan after this COVID-19. Certainly, we all know the story. We have all been messed up, and I cannot start giving a series here. Let us look at a nightmare that some of my colleagues have not talked about yet. Harsh travel restrictions, especially in getting the visas, is going to be our next mayor. You all know what we have always passed through when we are getting these visas. Every country is going to strengthen her boundaries. And for that matter, it's going to be, no matter how much we shall do, but once you are stopped from going to market, certainly then you cannot do much. In this case, official tour operators and auto should be helped by UTB, by the government, at least approaching these embassies in Uganda on how to recognize the roles that tour operators play in tourism industry, but also to their countries. When we are going there, we have a record, we have a history of going and coming back. Our going there is not to stay, it's to go to market our destination and come back. But many a time, you all know, we have always appeared as if we are going to court with volumes of papers. And I think government, together with the auto, together with UTB, should for the first time in history of our association, go there for members, discuss with these embassies, and be sure that we can be helped than wasting time. You apply and you are neglected, you apply and you don't go. That is wastage of time, wastage of money. And I think as a plan we are talking about, we should emphasize this. And if need be, some members of auto might not have visa financial security. Let there be a plan for auto to always stand in for some of those members, that we are not denied an opportunity to go and market our country. When we are talking about marketing fund, most of my colleagues have talked about this, and certainly auto should negotiate for this marketing fund to our members. And once we have this fund in auto, then that means that the mechanism to internally discuss on how this fund can help each member will be put in place. Particularly, we are all aware that all auto members cannot go at once for these travel fairs. And this means that there must be a plan that each member can, for example, apply following certain guidelines for this fund. And at one time, wherever it is possible for this person, should then go and do the marketing on her or his own, not following the bandwagon of travel fair, then travel fair when not everyone is actually prepared. Then this point here, which everyone has talked about, and I will pick and talk about it as well. We need flexible solutions on Golden permits. Yes, a few of these solutions have been made, but we need to emphasize that tour operators must reschedule as many times as possible. And we need to be, if there's a need for refund, then why not? Of course, when we see ourselves discussing similar points, it certainly means that we are on the right track, that we have the same ideas, we have the same plans and strategies. And I hope our dear association board is putting down these most important points. Maybe on Golden permits also, we need WUA and government support certainly. Each tour operator, I suggest, should be directly supported with at least 5 Golden permits, and then members will struggle to get clients for these permits. And this should be in addition with the Golden permits that auto has been receiving from WUA. This is when we are talking about the government directly supporting each tour operator. We need to look into this matter as well. Let us look at our source markets. We certainly know that while we do a lot of talking on whatever, as long as we're here in Uganda, our local tourism is not yet doing very well. This means, and certainly like you all know, our market is in America, our market is in Europe, our market is in Australia, in Canada. What image do we have there? We therefore need to build a good image, new ways of branding ourselves, and there are so many strategies, of course, to achieve this. One, information sharing, like my colleague has already said. People must receive more information about what's going on in our country and what situation is. With this, Auto must have a planned information sharing strategy or program that informs our travel agents and potential clients about how prepared we are and how safe clients are when they visit our country. Information sharing, communication, we can do a lot, but the world must know what we are doing. Which image do we portray? And who is to communicate this information is another question which we can discuss internally as long as the strategy for information sharing is agreed upon. Of course, there are many ways to share this information. For example, among others, Auto must start thinking about buying airtime from most watched television channels. For example, CNN, BBC, etc. It would be a very good idea if a team of very well-informed Ugandans that understand what Uganda is, what tourism potentials we have, and how unique we are from other tourist destinations. And this team would at least be 3 times a year, get out and explain to the world what it feels like visiting and experiencing Uganda wonders. This certainly would work well with our PR firms. This must be done. There is no reason why Auto cannot form a team of credible men and women with great information about the part of Africa. Go to CNN, go to BBC, go to some channels in the German-speaking market and talk about this country. I think this is a venture we can really get into, and I mean, it is us to do it. There's no one who will do it for us. It's Auto, it's Ugandans that must speak about our country. And I think Auto must look into this strategy and be sure that they present the country, not anyone presenting the country on behalf of Ugandans. There's no one who understands our country than Ugandans. If that is, then we'll see. Together with, among other elements, video clips. We need very good video clips, like my colleague has said again. Every country, every destination is now using this. I have seen countries like Turkey, South Africa, Kenya, Namibia. I think videos like this of Jonathan will certainly do us great. Still on the image building, because I think that is for me the biggest thing we can plan of. We need plan for commercial advertisements. As you all know, most families, individuals in our source markets have televisions. Why not get good summarized information together with video clips and advertise to some of these television channels in our source markets? These clips that go on and off through these recommendable travel channels, and PR firms would help us again in selecting which TV channel. So let us not just always discuss things here. It's wonderful what we are doing, but certainly we know where our clients are coming from. Of course, all of this well-shared information and good video clips will build confidence to our travel agents and potential clients that Uganda is well prepared to once again host tourists. But be aware that the Ministry of Health will be part of this information sharing strategy plan to share health information and how safe it is to travel to Uganda, how safe it is to travel to Uganda, how safe and how Uganda is prepared for clients to come and visit us. Very, very, very critical. Another point of submission, we certainly know how Uganda has been described since history. We always hear people talking about any bad about Uganda. And we have always had issues on how to counter-check and react to show that actually what is being televised in those big channels is not what depicts what Uganda is. For that matter, we need counter-check strategy, especially on how to respond to bad news about our country, you all know what I'm talking about. It's not going to be business as usual, that anyone from anywhere just say things about Uganda, and as Otto, we opt to keep quiet, if not blaming the government. We need a strategy to always be quick, without wasting time listening to who says what. We need to have a committee working with the Minister of Health, with government, and quickly have time to respond to this bad news. You have had embassies. I don't know what they will be writing about. They always say anything, don't. What do we say about what they write about us? So counter-check strategy is very, very critical. Back home, my colleague Ntege has again talked about it on wildlife protection. I will simply say this should be as well our priority, especially to our gorilla and chimpanzees. That every tourist, for example, must put on masks once going to gorilla and chimpanzee tracking. Of course, this will just simply be a suggestion to who. We certainly need to know how are they prepared to protect our great mighty resource. And I have here some critical stuff, which is about guides training by Ministry of Health about these health issues. Each guide must be given this training, qualifies to get a certificate upon finishing from this training, and should apply. And this should apply to other ranger guides in different national parks. We need to build the confidence that Uganda is ready, tour operators are ready, guides are ready, that hoteliers are ready, not to cause any preventable health issue like this virus. Guides must be trained, Ministry of Health must be in, and guide rangers, everyone must have effective and clear and same information on how prepared we are to protect not necessarily the lives of clients, but also our lives and the lives of our people. Training must be so much emphasized. As I conclude, what do we do to achieve the above? The above that my friend Tega has said, Mr. Kamya, Oscar, Mr. Chairman, and all the members. What do we need to do? Number one, a very good plan must be put in place on how Otto will effectively, quote the word, will effectively work with UA, Otto working with UTB, Otto working with the government. That is also Ministry of Health, departmental organizations, associations. We need to have a very, very good, clear plan on how Otto is going to come out and be able to work effectively with all of these government organs. They are all our partners. We are all linked. And the moment one of them is not in the line, it's a wastage of time, my brothers and sisters. We have no way, we have no option, or to sit down, find a way, find a plan, get a consultant, bring these guys on board. We are all together in this. Tourism is portrayed in everybody's work. Can it be someone you don't even think about, and it destroys the country's image? So let us have a plan on how we can involve these guys. Second, trust. We need an apex tourism body composed of great, intelligent, and influential men and women that will help Otto to negotiate well with government on these demands. My friends, again, there is no way we shall be like grasshoppers in a basket if we are not ready to have an apex body that will ask accountability from our board, that will be there to influence the government policymakers on how tourism industry can be supported. We need these guys who know how things work and how to lobby the government. We are talking about these funds, about blah, blah, about this. We need a credible team composed of great guys that knows how the government works. For example, just to please, this is my opinion. Imagine that on our apex body, we have Salim Salim. These are guys who love the country. They have done great for this country. So having an apex body with an patron like Salim Saleh, for example, the Siduris, can be academicians like Professor Ahabwe, like Dr. Katongole. These are guys, we might have a lot of knowledge from the field on how things work. But when it comes to serious policies on how things can be done, these guys would be brought on the table. Come to journalists. They have big mouths than us. And we have great journalists here. For many times we always say, look at what they have written. Did you see the front page? Why can't we, through Otto and through these guys, bring media to our side? Of course, we know how they benefit. Bad news is their best source of income. But we can educate them to love their country. We know what's happening in Uganda. We know what's happening in America. Don't think that these countries don't have issues. They have issues, but they have journalists that have the spirit for the country. Before they put a pen on the paper to tell the world about their country, they know what to say and what not to say. They cannot destroy their country. And as Otto, we need to bring a team of journalists, for example, to join this apex body. And certainly we need a political lawyer or political legal guys who know how things work. I just wanted to say that we need a lawyer, an economist on this, and for that matter, these guys would help a lot in when it comes to lobbying. Finally, we cannot achieve anything, no matter how great these ideas are, when we don't have internal discipline in Otto, internal democracy in Otto. Members must be listened to. Members of Otto must be listened to by the board. And members must as well respect the secretariat as they do to the board. Without this internal discipline, internal democracy, for our leaders to know why we vote for them to be where they are, for our members to know the role they should play when they are listening and discussing with the board, for our board to know that they are accountable to the members and accountable to the government and to the nation. I think we shall just keep dreaming and hoping. We need this internal discipline, internal democracy in Otto, and support of any type from anyone for the love of this country. I submit, guys. Thanks.